magical Christmas conjured up by Paul Daniels.
Not a lot.
You're going to be delighted, get excited.
Maybe, but not a lot.
You're going to see a horror electric. Look at this trick I like it. When he says it's not a lot, you'll see such a lot. He's the man who excels, Paul Daniels.
Much. I heard you clapping and I ran quick because I suddenly realised I wasn't ready for the show. I mean, been playing with my toys, got a train set. And I've got this as well. A BBC present. It must be a hint. It must be. Let's have a look, see what it is. Oh, an instant conjurer's outfit. Right. You put your leg in there, you put your leg in here, left leg, right leg, then you put an arm in here. I don't know. How long does it take you to get ready to go out on a night, eh? Well, what you need is one of these, an instant get-ready suit. You pull that. Well, that's me ready for Christmas Day. And I hope you've had a very good Christmas Day. Actually, the BBC have given me an excellent audience here tonight. They're from all over the place. And instead of just having one jury, like we normally have on the shows, just for this effect and for some of the others, we've got two juries. Now, you're on the sides there, and you are there to watch that we don't cheat. Well, not a lot. Well, Christmas Day is almost over. What have you been up to? Opening the prezzies, and then having the dinner, and then sitting there thinking, Easter will be here soon. And then after that, we're going on our holidays. Where do you go for your holidays? I go to America, and I went there a couple of years ago to a place called Las Vegas. Have you ever been? Fascinating. All gambling. Not that I gamble, not after this. You see, what they do is they give you these little cup things. And the idea is you get your money out of your pocket, you see, and you put it in the machine, you pull the handle, put the cup under, and wait for the money to pour in. Never happens. Never. Not with me, anyway. So what I want to show you is that... Oh, just imagine, by the way, that these are fruit machines that are whizzing round and round and round in there. The reels spin like crazy. And when they're on the sort of row in front of you, you can tell instantly. You look at them and say, oh, yes, I've lost. It's not a good sight. No, no, no. I walked up to one of these machines. So imagine that's a machine. I put some money in, pulled the handle, stood back, watched it whir round, and what had I got? Look, strawberries. Now, you don't win with strawberries, but that's why they call it a fruit machine, of course. But you don't win with strawberries. Little fellow over here, he was good. He walked up like that, and he put his money in, and he pulled the handle, and he went round and round and round. And what had he got? Look at that, oranges. Now, you don't win with oranges. It's no good having an orange, no. On the other end, there was a big fella on the row. And he walked up, he went into his pocket, he got some money out, you see. Show off he was. Flipped the coin in, pulled the handle. Brrr, stop, he won. He got lemons. Now, lemons apparently pay out. Lemons pay out. They really do. So, let's get rid of that. Now you know the rules, okay? Oranges don't pay out, strawberries don't pay out, lemons pay out. Now, that took me some time to learn. I'll tell you how I learned it. You see, I put some more money in the machine. Went into the machine like this, and I got some money out, and I put it in, and I pulled the handle like that, and blow me down, look at that, oranges. Now, you can't win with oranges, I've told you that. That's no good at all. So, we put that there, and that's out the way. Right, now, went to this machine here, you see, and this little fella's still standing there looking at it, and he's thinking, should I put any more money in? Because you remember what he got last time. He put his money in, he pulled the handle, what did he got? Bananas. Bananas! It was driving him bananas. Flash Harry on the other end, cool, walks up to the machine, flips the coin in, pulls the handle. What's he got? Lemons again. Pays out. Well, I'll tell you, me and the little fella were right sick of the big fella. Very sick. And I'm just about to go into my pocket and put some more money in when along comes another fella. He says, stand aside, stand aside, stand aside. Goes in his pocket, takes out a bunch of keys, unlocks the machine, takes out that. Look at that. Money. Money. And I thought, crikey, Mick, where can you get a set of keys like that? Because he came up to my machine. No joking. He came up to my machine, put the money in his pocket, undid it like that, and look, more money. I thought, that's amazing. More money. So what I've got to do, obviously, is buy a fruit machine, because if he just goes around collecting the money like this all the time, I mean, it's a good business to be in, isn't it? I mean, it's a grand business to be in. I thought this could be exciting. So I said, excuse me. How do you win on these machines? Oh, it's easy, son, he says. You put some money in, you pull the handle like that. You've got to get 3 lemons in a row. I says, lemons? Ah, he says, lemons, like this. Look. He says, lemons there, lemons there, lemons there. That's how you win. And I said, then what do you get? Oh, then he says, then you get the jackpot like this. Oh, lovely, isn't it? It's only money. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Well, now, did you enjoy that?
Yes.
You're all involved in it. Are you twins? No, of course you're not. You're not twins at all. Now, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on the show. What we're going to do now is what is known in the business as audience participation. Now, that means you're going to do the trick. Come with me. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony. Oh, Tony, yes. Another posh one. Right, Tony, where are you from?
Eastmore.
You can come a bit nearer. I've had a bath. Now, come here. Now, Tony, welcome aboard. And I think we'll use you, sir, as well, if you wouldn't mind helping with this. Tony, would you just get hold of those 2 ropes and just backing off to that black line on the floor there, then everyone will know you're on the right mark, you see? Scientific stuff, television. You just back off there. Now, we're going to use these things. Now, these are beakers, plastic beakers, or as they say in the north, pluggy beakers. Now, the handles are moulded into the cup, you see? And so it's made of, I don't know what kind of it is. Perspex? Plastic? I don't know. It doesn't say on the bottom either. Never mind. I want you, sir, to just do me a favour and thread both of your ends through the handle. There you go. Oh, clever stuff. One at a time. What's your name?
Ken Beasley.
Sorry, you forgot then, didn't you? Yes, which shows the intelligence of the audience we have here this evening. However, that is just how... Now, both ropes in one hand, fellas, now. Both ropes in one hand, and just have a look at that. That is now fixed on there. There's no way it can come off. Do you agree? Unless, of course, you leave go of your ends. And that's what you're going to do. Leave go of the ends. Leave go. That's it. Leave go. Fantastic. Now, what we're going to do now, I wonder if you could come closer and watch this, because I'm going to tie these ropes into a knot. Now, I'm going to tie them. Don't stand with your hand on your hip, sir. The cameramen get very excited. And what we do... Go round there, knit 1, purl 2. That's it, I remember. Pull your ends back through. Well done, lad. And there's your ends back through there. Now, if we can show the people at home that knot, now it's tied fully and completely, can you see that? It is knotted on to the rope, and it can't come off. Do you agree? OK. Now what happens is we need another sucker, another gentleman. Another gentleman. That's you, sir. If you could come here and... come round the front of the rope, sir. There is a reason for that. You've got to remember that at all times you are in front of the rope. What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis. Now, Dennis, and do you work in a circus or anything like that?
Not quite.
No.
Not quite.
Why, what do you work at?
The Crown Court.
The Crown Court?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Really? I bet you're a riot in these socks. Have a look at these socks. Let's have a look at the rest. Take the coat off. Oh, it's a fairly stable shirt. Take the coat right off, and what I want you to do is, with your right hand, get hold of both ends of the rope here, OK? Now, keep hold. Now, turn your back to the rope. Always the rope is behind you. Very important. Left hand gets hold of the ropes. That's great. Put your jacket back on, but don't leave go of the ropes. Now, if you put your jacket on, just as you would normally, that's the idea, you will find an interesting thing happens. You see, the ropes come down the sleeves behind your body. You hold those a second, don't pull them, and you can... Now, here we have a gentleman from the Crown Court who's very highly strung, and just turn so the people at home can see that. Here, this lump is the cup, all right? The cup, which is in truth still fastened on there. Can you see that? Yes? Hope you can. Right, got it all on. Turn round, face the front, smile, you're on camera. Right. Just thread the 2 ropes through that as well, just like you did the last one, and you do that on that side. Now, I must point something out to the people at home here. The ropes go across the back of you, sir. What was your name again?
Dennis.
Just checking, my lord. Now, you can just see that now. Here we have got our 2 ropes right across the back of Dennis. And on that end, we have a mug. On that end, we have a mug. Tied in the middle, we have another mug. It'll probably get me 6 months, that. Now, what we do, we move that to there, and we move this mug to here. Now, can I just take your ends from you? Because we're going to tie one more knot. In fact, what we're going to do is tie both the ropes together again. And once again, gentlemen, I must ask you to confirm, come close, and confirm that that is as good a knot as you will get anywhere. Yes?
Yes.
Now, hold both your ends. Don't pull them. Because otherwise Dennis and I could be very attached to each other. And if you just get hold of that, I'm going to get out of there, duck right round the back. Now, Dennis, the ropes go across your back, don't they?
Yes.
Right. Take up a bit of the slack, gentlemen. And Dennis, just putting your hands together as if you were praying. And in truth, you'd best start. Because I'll tell you why. What happens here? Can you just clear that camera? I just want to show the people at home this again. It really is here, and it really is, if I can just show that, I don't know whether I can. Can you just see that? It's tied on to the back. Yes? Can you see that? Doesn't come off. Right, great. Audience here is very good, they're telling me. So, Dennis, you know full well that on your back, and in fact, up the middle of your back, we have got one mug tied. You can feel it, can't you? You can. Good lad. And I want you to confirm that. Now, on that end, look over there, he's only holding, look, he's holding the two ropes. Good. Now, on this end, he's holding the two... Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh, yes, look. Oh, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try and pull the ropes forward through your body. The way we will do that is you pray and they pull, all right? OK? And I'll keep my fingers crossed. And if it all works, the mug should come off and the rope should be knotted in front of you. And the audience will go wild with applause. Not for me, but for you, Dennis. Right. OK, just take that a moment, my love, and away you go. 1, 2, 3, pull. Go on, really pull. Go on. It's coming. I can feel it coming. That's fantastic. And there... Yes, it came off. And there's the... Marvelous. Thank you very much. Tidy of you. Hey, that's really nice. There's marvelous people we have here. Thank you for your help. You're really good. And how do you feel?
I'm all right, thank you very much.
You feel okay?
Thank you.
Fine, he feels okay, ladies and gentlemen, and that's good, because what he's about to see is both amazing and glittering. I'd like you to watch the sparkling magic of Pierre Brahma. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Daniel's Den of Iniquity. Do you gamble?
Not a lot.
Not a lot? Good. And do you gamble, sir? A wise fellow does not gamble at all. That's true. And because people can handle cards better than you. No matter how good you are, there's always one guy can come along and do it better. See, in England, we're in a bit of a rut. We always shuffle the cards like this. The Russians don't. The Russians pick a pack of cards up, they do a thing called the Russian shuffle, like this, OK? It's called the Russian shuffle because the cards are Russian one after the other. It gets worse. Then you get them in Canada where they do the Niagara Falls shuffle. The Americans actually do a sort of version of that. That's the Niagara Falls shuffle from the Canadian side. That's the same shuffle from the American side. The hardest one, of course, is to do it straight up. Now, you get them in places like, well, India. Have you ever been to India? No, you've missed nothing. In India, they pick the cards up and they shuffle them like that. It's called the Hindu shuffle. What's a Hindu? It lays eggs. You get them in China where they do the same shuffle sideways on, according to my father. Then you get them like this, which is a riffle shuffle with a waterfall finish. You see that? Unless, that's an American thing, you see, they all do that. In all the best pictures they do that. Unless they live in Las Vegas. Now, in Las Vegas, they split the pack into two heaps with one hand, pivots them off to the right, gets over to the back edge, and they do this. It's a riffle shuffle, but they're only allowed to use one hand, you see, because they've got that many one-armed bandits. Sort of a local shuffle, like in Leicester. Anybody in tonight from Leicester? They will tell you this is true. In Leicester, my children, they always deal 3 cards onto the table. Then they've got Leicester shuffle. Leicester. I shall pick them up. You get them in Ireland. Sure and bigorra, in Ireland, they've got their own shuffle as well now. In Ireland, they pick the cards up and they shuffle them like that. And they're not so daft. You can see what the other fella's got when you deal them. In Texas, they've got their own shuffle. They don't even hold a hand of card the same size as us. In Texas, everything is bigger than in real life. Did you know that? Watch me lips. Did you know that? Sorry, I woke him up then. You see, what it is, in Texas, they do a thing called a butt weave shuffle, and once you got the ends weaved together like this, they then hold a Texas hand of cards, which is bigger than anybody else's, and they have a look. If that was any good, they would keep it, but if it was no good at all, they would shuffle it. Now, sometimes they use a hat, a box, something like that. I'm just going to use my hands to do a Texas shuffle, and the reason they call it the Texas shuffle is because it Texas along to sort them out afterwards. That's all. Good-o. Now, here's a pack of cards. A pack of cards, ladies and gentlemen, which is well shuffled. I hope you can see that. All right. You happy with that? Now, when we were discussing this just a few seconds ago, and I said to you, do you play cards? Well, it was a little bit of a warning. I want you to look very carefully. Here's a little display of digital dexterity coming up. You see, Daniel's digital dexterity display. Now, if I was to take the top card of this and it was a king, all right, that's not very surprising. But if we turn the king face down and you keep your eye on that, all right, we find a queen to go with it. Now, to find a queen, all we do is we cut the cards once. Now, if we cut the cards once and we find that here we have got a queen as well that goes with that king, in other words, the king of spades does go with the queen of spades, that's a bit of digital dexterity. Now, if I take that out, look, I'm only going to use my fingertips to take it out with, all right? Just slide it out. So there's no cheating at all. We put that there. Got the king and the queen together. You've got to keep your eye on those, sir, because what we're going to do now is try to find another king. Now, that's going to take a little bit more skill. You agree? Absolutely. You do. There you go. Not loud, but he does agree. You've got... What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. Well, you've got to project your voice, Steve. Fill the place with sound. That's what we're after. And in the meantime, I'm desperately trying to find another king. Let's have a look. See if I've found one there. Well, I'll turn this card over. I honestly don't know what it's going to be, but it might just be a king if I'm lucky. Now, that's lucky, isn't it, finding that king there? Yes. Yes, of course it is. So I'm going to put that king there. Now, you've got 2 kings to watch, all right? I've got to find a queen that goes with it, all right? OK, here we go. A little cut of the cards, a little frown on the face there. Hey, I found it. There is the king, the queen that goes with that king. Happy?
Yes.
Great. In fact, what I'm going to do with this queen, I'm going to slide it forward of the pack, all right? So you can see the queen there, the jack there, and we're just going to put that there, right? Can't cheat now, can I? No. All right, now we've got to try to find another king. Another king, 3 kings in a row, because he's watching 2. I want you to watch this one, if I found one. Let's turn it over and see what we've got here. Right, little feel of the cards. I've got one. What is it? It's the king of clubs. Now, this is the king of clubs, and I'm going to turn it face down. I want you to keep your eye on that king of clubs, OK? I'm going to try to cut the cards and find the queen of clubs. Do you believe I could?
Yes.
After that, you can believe anything, couldn't you? Yeah, of course you could. So let's have a look. See what I found here? I have found the Queen of Clubs. Fingertip stuff. I do not want to be accused of anything at all. I'm going to slide my fingers underneath, and the bottom card is going to just come sliding out. Come on out. There it is, OK? Now, so far, ladies and gentlemen, we have found 3 kings, all matching with the queens. To find the last one of all takes more skill than the others, because the odds are now greatly reduced. All we do is we cut the cards once. Having cut the cards once, all I do is cut the cards, turn over the top card. It's the King of Hearts. What an amazing coincidence. Yes? Yeah. If you believe that, you'll knit while you're knitting. We put that down there, and the last queen of all is the easiest of all to find, because I happen to know that she lies second card from the bottom, because when I was shuffling the cards, I just saw it go there, all right? There's the Queen of Hearts. Can you see that? I'm hoping the cameras can see it so the people at home can appreciate the skill that there is. Look at that, Queen and a 4. Now, we're going to take the Queen, put it with the king that's over there, and if we do that and collect all the cards back together, the hardest thing of all now would be to find the 4 aces that go with the 4 kings that have gone with the 4 queens. Yes, Stanley? Yeah. Well, I think I might have to stand up to do that. What I'm going to do is just cut the cards and put the ends together. And now a frown of concentration comes over his face as he tries to do a butt weave shuffle. That's a beauty. The cards are going in one after the other. Hope you can see that. And in this way, we hope to be able to achieve the thing we're going for. One little bit of jiggery-pokery at the top, and I think we've got the 4 aces. But you don't know whether we have or we haven't. What we've got to do is squeeze the cards like this. I will stand up for this, so that at least I'll give myself a standing ovation. And here we go. Hey, up, back. That is the ace of spades, okay? We try it again. Hey, hoppa. That's the ace of diamonds. That goes with that one. Hey, hoppa. That goes with that one. That's the ace of clubs, all right? And hey, hoppa. We've got an extra one. We'll ignore that because that's the ace of hearts, and that completes the set. Over here we have got the spades. Over here we've got the diamonds, the clubs, and last by no means least, the hearts. I want you now, gentlemen, to do me a little favor, if you wouldn't mind. We're just squaring these up on the table. I want you to place them onto the palms of my hands, nice and flat and face down. Would you put that on there face down? Thank you. And that on there face down, and that on there face down, and that on there face down. And that's why you should never trust a man, even though his hands are bound and tied with packs of cards in each hand. Sure as God made little green apples, he'll find some way of cheating you, so that you get, you know, the aces. That's no surprise. But when you see 2 that are the same, well, that's a surprise. And when you see that and you find that the kings and the queens never existed at all, well, that's just magic. Ladies and gentlemen, the sword of the samurai warrior is one of the sharpest weapons in the world. Watch closely the very dangerous high-speed artistry of Les Samurai. Houdini, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest escape artist of his day, and in fact, probably the most famous magician of all time. Looked a lot like that, and in fact, this over here was his most famous illusion, his most famous escape, in fact, because he is sealed upside down in a tank of water. The last illusion that he performed, because when he came out of it one night, he collapsed and he died shortly afterwards. Now, we sent a man along to the Houdini Museum because this man died carrying many of his secrets to the grave. A lot of people have copied this since, but never actually done it in the way that Harry did. We would like to show you tonight this. You see, over here is a facsimile, a copy, the nearest thing we could get to the original when you look at the photographs and the plans that we had taken from the Houdini Museum. To examine it, a member of our audience, would you mind coming here, sir? And what's your name?
Tony.
Tony, nice to have you aboard, Tony. I want you to have a look at this. By going round the back of it, you can step inside here. This is a safety precaution that Harry Houdini never needed. We need it in the studio because if we have to smash it open, then the water will flood all over the place and get at the electrics. You can see these hasps here are bolted on right through the cabinet, and this is the difference. It's made of wood. A lot of the copies were made of glass all the way around. Do go around and have a look on behalf of the audience. We have a camera over there. You can see here there is a stopcock to release the water down here and down there. Houdini made great stock of this. He used to say, this is how I will, you know, be released if I'm in trouble. Now, that's not true because it would take too long for the water to get out. We have got standby club hammers in case anything goes wrong, and on the other side is a large axe. Are you happy with what you see over there, Tony? Oh, you're over there. Sorry, I thought you were going around the other side. Now, over here, you see, this is the top of the thing. Now, in the side, I hope you can see this, Tony. If you come round here a little bit here, you see these slots here? Yep. These hasps, and there are 4 of them, close into that and lock it down onto the top of the box. Got the idea? On the side of here, if you could come right round here, Tony, because I would like the people at home to see, there is a snap lock. Now, the only way that lock opens is with the key, all right? That's the only way the lock opens. If it's shut, have a look. It doesn't open at all. You've got to agree to that. The other thing that holds it shut is this. There's a metal frame goes all the way around the top. Can you see that? All the way around. When this hasp is open, put your hand in there and try. It still doesn't pull apart. Just try to pull that apart, okay? Now, you see the effort, and you had to lift it a bit. Now, the man's weight is pulled down in there, in truth, and I'll tell you why. Because he's hanging by the ankles upside down in there, yeah? So, this gets lifted up, and the man gets lowered in there upside down and locked inside. Obviously, he's very restricted, and that's the other thing that's different about this and the copies. It's not very tall. People have since built them much taller. So if you could get your clothes off, sir, and if you don't fancy... It's not big enough. Well, no, you never know. So anyway, you just hold that a moment. I'll keep the key, and you can see that if it's snapped shut, it won't open. You've examined that. You're happy with that. Let's meet the man that's going to do this world-famous illusion, and for the first time since the death of Houdini, in the manner of Houdini, with the cabinet of Houdini, will you please welcome my son, Martin Daniels. Yes. Tony's examined everything. You okay?
Yes.
He's okay. And how long have you been in training for this one?
Just under a week.
Just under a week, and that's absolutely true, because of the bad weather we've been having lately, the cabinet failed to come through, and that's absolutely true. So, if you get yourself ready for this, we're going to have a go at it. You'll notice that his ankles are bound up, and that was because of an accident that took place in rehearsal, because we had to rush the rehearsals, and unfortunately, this lot slipped the wrong way, and he's hurt his ankles. Now, for that reason, and that reason alone, we are not going to do a long, drawn-out version of this illusion. My instructions to my son are, get out. That's it, right? Now then, we're going to put a cushion down here and go there. Now, the reason for the instruction to get out fast is, instead of going for a Houdini-type presentation, which in truth used to take 25 minutes, the total examination and things like that, because of the pain that he'll be experiencing in the ankles, the instruction is, get out and try to go for a world record, if you like. Can you do me a favor, Tony? Can you just put the lock on there? You'll have to come round there. Just put it in, but try to keep back so the people at home can see it is hasped in. He's going to try and get out faster than anyone has ever got out of this thing before. That's fine. Now, the frame goes all the way around. You can see that at home. And now we're going to do the most famous illusion of all time. I'd like to thank you for your time, your company. I'd like the key. Would you return to your seat in case we have to take emergency action? Thank you. Right. Are you all okay?
Yep.
You okay? Right. Okay?
Yep.
Sure? make that happen. Go! Well, I can't tell you. Whee! Well, that's made my Christmas very happy. I hope you had a very happy Christmas too. And can I just wish you all in 1982 a very magical, magical New Year. Bye for now.